Now, various ECG vending offices are this afternoon choked with anxious customers who have been waiting throughout last week to purchase power. The queues and chaotic scenes characterizing the station come on the back of the announcement of the state power distributor that it has resolved systemic challenges preventing customers from accessing electricity credit. Prepaid meter users have for close to over a week been grappling with difficulties to reload their meters because the ECG system had been jammed. Let's take you to Nsawam, where some customers have had to leave the vending office disappointed as a result of the chaos. Reginald Sapong is one such customer joining us live. Reginald, you shared a video with us earlier from Nsawam. Which of the offices was that?
The Nsawam main head office, just beside the district assembly office.
What time did you get there, and what did you see?
I got there around 5:45 a.m. And when I went there were so many people there. So the security men had to give us numbers because there was total chaos in the area. So the security man had to give us numbers. So when I got there around 5:40 something, my number was 462.
Have you been able to buy your credit now?
No, as of now I haven't because the system is a bit slow, and now it's left with like almost 80 to 100 people for me to get before I'll be able to buy my way.
So, could you perchance hear the last number when you were giving yours?
After 7:45, 8 o'clock, the last number was 1,250.
And as we speak, it has not got into your 10?
No, it hasn't got into my
10. You know the numbers. Which number is by now being attended to, if you're able to tell?
Actually, now they are in the 200 range. 200, 250, 280, that range. Yes, that's...
Wow.
Yeah.
And I guess you have no option than to stay to get power before you leave.
Yeah, I have no option because my power has been off since Saturday dawn, and I haven't been able to get power till now. So there's no way I can go back home. I have to make sure I get power to buy before I go back home.
So there's no work for you today then?
There's no work for me today because I will be able to iron everything and down.
Okay.
And definitely I have to purchase prepaid if I get home.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm grateful to you, Reginald. He is a customer who is trying to purchase power in Nsawam. Let's come back here to Accra, where my colleague Michael Papani Ashley has also been out and about on this beat. He has this report for you.
Currently at one of the district offices of the Electricity Company of Ghana. This is in Avenom, and specifically the Accra West region, Kaneshi district here. Many people are here queuing up, waiting for just an opportunity to recharge their prepaid meters. Some of them are telling me their lights have been off for close to 7 days, and that's how long they've also been chasing the ECG just to recharge their meters. But that is an exercise in futility, as they are still yet to get that opportunity to do so. Yeah, let me speak to some of them here if you get closer to me. Bossman, what's your name?
Joseph Blansimpobi.
Joseph, okay. Joseph, how long have you had your issue?
Let's say 3 days ago. I have an off from my light.
So for 3 days now, your lights have been off?
My life is, yeah.
Wow. And how is your life right now? I mean, living without electricity?
Yeah, with my kids. Just live there without lights.
How is it for you?
You know, we are managing it, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to solve it. But when I'm here and they say it's not this in my district, I just take about, let's say, dropping 50 Ghana from where I am to here. And still they say, no, I can't unless I go at Chimota, which is not fair.
Why do you say that's not fair?
The fair is well, they have to just give us duties that where you stay, you should go this side and go this side. Then we know that Circle is the head office or something like that. We come here and now they give us this thing, so we should go just your branch or this thing to another place, which is bad.
Wow, very, very bad for you. I'll come back to you on what you're going to be doing next. What's your name?
Ransford Nana Yaubechi.
Ransford, what's your issue really with the ECG recharge issue?
You know, we went off like 3 days ago and I supposed to get lights in my house and they sent me and they were saying I should go to Botiano and I don't know the reason why they say I should go to Botiano, but they were saying that's my district office and I said no, I know I've been here for buying credit, so why do you send me as my district office? Why you don't told me the earlier on? I don't know. So I'm just hanging around to find someone who lend me to go house because the money I have on me, is the money I'm coming to buy the credit with.
But let me ask you, are your lights off?
Yeah, my light is off.
How are you faring?
Oh, I'm feeling bad. I'm not getting light because if you are not using a light, you know the situation you are facing. Yeah, because the room is hot and my kids are suffering. Yeah, my fridge is off, my everything is off, and I have some items in the food items in the fridge spoiling.
You seem to be losing a lot. I'll come back to ask you and take your thoughts on compensation. Okay.
This thing I want to say, having money, buying credit, you don't have. So is it a sin for me to do illegal?
It's illegal to do an illegal connection. Let me just say that. Alex, before you go though, you own a shop and for 7 days you've been struggling to get prepaid. How is that impacting the business that you do?
Oh, it has cost a lot. It has cost a lot because we sold things for people. You see, we sold things for people which sometimes take it to abroad to go and sell. And for the past 7 days now, and you know that this time to fuel also is very expensive. So we can't buy a fuel to generate power, you see. And I've gone through so many vendors and they told us to come here. And when we came here today too, they said no. So it has cost me, it has cost us a lot.
It doesn't look like you're going to get that solved anytime soon.
No. What they are saying now, I don't have any assurance that today or tomorrow I can get power. Because they are saying that we should go to somewhere and register and give them our numbers so that they will call us and come and connect the power for us. So by assuring that today or tomorrow next, the power will be installed. For that, I'm not sure.
Okay, great. Alex, thank you very much. So, there are conversations on those who have lost. Do you think it's high time that probably ECG compensates some of those that have lost so much?
Yes, they have to compensate them. They have to give them, because they will lose maybe somebody has making his food for 1 week inside the fridge or something like that. All will spoil.
Well, in Kumasi, customers continue to mass up at various electricity vending centers in search of power for domestic and commercial use. Love FM's Emmanuel Bright Kweku interacted with some electricity consumers in the Ashanti region and sent in this.
It's been several days and many Ghanaians across the country are still searching for light. Here in the Ashanti region, there are lots more of people who are hoping to have access to electricity. We are here at Top High and a number of them have queued up here, hoping that by the end of the day or hopefully in the afternoon, they'll get access to electricity.
7:43. 7:43.
I came here around 7 a.m. and it's now getting to 9. I still haven't been served. The power outage is affecting my vulcanizing business. I don't even have money to buy food.
We don't have lights, we don't have nothing. What is the explanation? Nobody said nothing. We just come, stay in the queue forever and nothing comes out. It's ridiculous. We can't continue like this. I don't understand what's going on. Something has to give. There is no light. Look at the masses of people outside praying and begging for lights. We are ready to pay for it. We are not getting anything. It's ridiculous. I can't iron my clothes. I can't charge my phone. When even food is left, we have to throw it away. I've been here to and fro. Even this morning, I've been here more than 5 times. We went to Kenti Chrono. We've been all over. Nobody's saying anything to us. How can you just do that? It's a fundamental right of us. We need lights.
Electricity no mimo cost to me netwie. So at here me tom nam e odwum nti me di netwie no nam no e da go fridge mu. And then 4-5 days netwie no ni na say.
I own a cold store. I rear cattle and keep the slaughtered ones in the fridge. I've been without light for 5 days. The meat is now spoiling.
Omagan say entwe dey twen Bawku bi amiton 35 million and Bawku bi amiton no ebi on ma ye ton 35 40 ni 50 me on entwe mienu e wo fridge mu nti say a government dey no be amami.
They sent messages across social media platforms, Twitter. They said the issues has been resolved and we can latest by, I think it was yesterday, that we can come and then buy. But yesterday we were here from morning to evening. Nothing has been resolved. So my problem is, why telling us that the problem has been resolved, but in reality it hasn't been resolved. So we are here, our time spending here, we could have been productive somewhere else. We are late for lectures, we are late for work. So if it hasn't been resolved, just tell us, oh, it hasn't been resolved, so that we will take our minds off it, be ourselves, do our things outside.
This city fue. Marijuana and Quackrank, Mrantian and Mabawa, ye hunamane. Me baby adum misika. Bosume so what the Abama could drag fridge. A bear 6 days in Minyaka near Drenning.
My child sent me money this month to stock my fridge, but I do not have lights. The food stuff in the fridge are spoiling.
Because so quiet say ba near Coswan and Mirway Dimrika. Etimumami binimi and Kamu whom a mobile. Namu Macania money in your binso, near your binso, Eddie IBB. Almost should be being any money, and I said, the Omoyano, Omo Hanipa. Omo abrewa mikoha na mabaya se wa ha na mdimirika adan mon kanu kura ni ehu.
Many of these vendors are hoping that the Electricity Company of Ghana would expedite processes so they can have access to electricity and do not continue to count losses. From here at Top High in Kumasi, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
So let's take you to the headquarters of ECG, where at the ministries now, where the company is briefing the press on the latest development. My colleague Kweku Asante is standing by with details from there. Kweku, if you can hear me, what has the company been telling you?
So, Brace, we have been expecting the managing director of the ECG, Mr. Samuel Mahama, to address the press on this raging issue. The press conference was scheduled to start at 10 a.m. It is 12. We haven't started yet, and the information I'm taking is that the MD is locked up in some high-level meeting with some top officials of the office of the president to try and resolve these issues. We understand the presidency is taking some interest in this issue since it's becoming nationwide, and they are concerned this will have security implications. And so, Mr. Mahama has not started his press conference yet, and he has been engaged in a long hours of meeting with officials of the presidency as I'm taking. I've been trying to glean some information as whether or not at all the claims going around that the ECG systems have been hacked is true or not. A top official I spoke with who did not go on record with me said that the allegations are ridiculous and that they are working very hard to fix the situation, but there's no hack as we speak at the moment.
Interesting. But we were also told that they have been able to fix their challenges, but it looks as though that is not the case. Have there been any explanation given to that regard, even before the MD comes to speak?
So this is a big challenge for the ECC now. Over the weekend, just like you alluded to, they put out a statement saying that the system issues had been resolved, and that customers will go there to the vending point and reload their prepaid meters. It has still not worked now. There is still some sort of confusion even among top leadership of the ECD as to what exactly is happening, because they thought they had fixed the situation. There are a few persons, according to them, who are able to recharge or reload their prepaid meters. But the widespread situation as of now is that the situation has not been fixed, and we are expecting that the MD will shed some more light on why they said the situation had been fixed over the weekend. And as of this morning, people are still massing up at the various regional and district offices of the EC.
All right, so that's my colleague Kweku Asante at the head office of the ECG. Now, speaking to JoyNews' Emefa Apeu on the probe last night, however, External Communications Manager of ECG, Charles Ayiku, said the company is working around the clock to ascertain the cause of the problem.
You know, as a company, or just like other companies, there are challenges with systems. Systems can go down due to the fact that it could not respond. It could be internet connectivity. It could be the fact that we need to update servers and all of that. So it's not an issue of something that happened. You know, we always have monitoring systems for our database systems and our servers. Yes. So we picked that up that Tuesday night, and we've tried to resolve, and it has picked up gradually, and we've made that significant.
Okay, is it not the case of some form of sabotage? You're saying your system was not hacked?
I don't have that information. And as I said in my previous conversation with your radio, I informed them that for every system, when there are issues, you do system audit. And that is what we are doing now, trying to make sure that we audit the system to understand what happened. And I'm sure at the end of the day, we'll come to a conclusion. But for now, our efforts and concentration is to make sure that we get our systems up and running.
And the system audits that you've conducted so far, what was the preliminary findings as to what exactly could have happened? Because I'm not sure you've experienced this before. Since you started, or you introduced this prepaid system that we are using, have you experienced anything like this before?
No. And so it was unexpected. It was unexpected. And I'm saying that even with preliminary auditing that we've done, we realized that the systems were not responding. We also got some information that, especially with third-party vendors, that they were not having connection through the VPN. Yes. So we were able to detect some of them, and then we resolved it.
Away from that story, businesses have started evacuating their staff and shutting down operations in Bawku as the security situation deteriorates. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNET, has become the latest institution to shut down its operations in Bawku in the Upper East region. Bawku has been the hotbed of decades-old ethnic conflict between the Mamprosis and the Kusasis and has claimed several lives over the period. Last month, a commercial vehicle came under attack close to the Bawku Secondary School, leaving 3 persons dead and 2 others injured. Residents and businesses are unsure when the next attack will take place and are now finding their way out of the town. Last week, the Conference of Heads of Basic Schools in Bawku demanded the closure of schools there, citing the recent insecurity. The Municipal Chief Executive for Bawku, Amadou Hamza, joins us for an interaction on this. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. How worried is MUSEC about SNET moving out of Bawku due to the deteriorating security situation in the area? Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking about how worried the MUSEC, which you lead, is about SNET moving out of Bawku, citing the deteriorating security situation in the area.
Yes. First of all, good afternoon to my cherished listeners. Good afternoon again to your office. Yes, indeed. The conflict situation in the inception on the 24th, 25th of November 2021 definitely will bring a lot of problems in Bawku. Just like any other conflict situation we have around the world. The issues of women, the issues of displaced persons, the issues relating to strangers, and so many things. Businesses, of course, will collapse. Educational activities will crumble completely, would come to a halt. Health facilities are suffering. Almost all the sectors of the economy that reflects Bawku would be dwindled. And so, it's like you're talking about, is one of the aspects that have temporarily relocated, not relocated per se, but officers were asked to move to the towns like Bolga and the rest temporarily until come returns to Bawku and they'll come back. So I must say here is a worrying situation. You know, whenever there's a conflict in Bawku and guns are being shot at one another, I'm not sure it's the time you want to go and register for Senate or go and look for some businesses done at the Senate office. The first thing you would do as a Ghanaian or as a Bawku citizen of Bawku is to run and save your life first. So it is not a peculiar situation today in Bawku that people will be worried that Senate have closed their office. No. It is that the first thing first, life first. And so we at the Municipal Security Council, of which I lead or I chair, we are very much worried about all the aspects, not only Senate. We are worried about the fact that schools have closed for some time since last year till this year. They've resumed, but whenever there's a gunshot, people will definitely run away for their life. The hospital is deserted. Majority of the workers have gone home. People would not like to come to work. The nurses and the few medical doctors that we have would definitely stay at home and they would not like to come. So if there's a very serious situation, what I have often done is to do a referral. Recommend the doctors who are there, would recommend that they should take them to Bawku and Tamale for an emergency treatment. So I think that it is an issue that we are dealing with. It's not easy at all with us here.
Now, per your records, how many organizations have pulled out so far?
So far, I think that I can see that SNET is just the only institution. The other people temporarily have closed down and came back. Will be the National Identification Authority's office. At the point in time, the health insurance also was struggling, but they also sometimes managed to come and go. I'm talking about the whole Ghana Education Service. I'm talking about the whole Ghana Health Service. I'm talking about even the assembly staff would run and leave the office. You can't stay there when guns are being shot, and even in the presence of security. And so it's not going to be an easy task to handle. Imagine that at the point that it's police officers and soldiers, securities who are here to take care of our lives, are being shot at. And so who are you to, as a civilian, you know that your life is even more danger.
So it means that this matter has lingered on for a long time now. The Interior Minister and the Defense Minister, as well as the IGP, were in your municipality the other time. What was their resolution on this particular matter?
They are coming to Bawku a few days ago. The mission was just one simple task, to call for peace. They came, they met the Bokuna Bazurana, Abugrabu Azoka, Ibri, the second, pleaded with him and his elders to smoke the peace pipe. We moved also to Bawku Secondary School, where we met the Kusasi youth. Similar things were done there. They asked the youth to put down their guns and then let's talk to each other and then live in peace. They equally came to Natinga, the Mampushi area, and then met the Banrana and his elders and spoke to them and told them that, look, listen, the Kuzazis are also your brothers, they are friends. Let's try and spoke the peace pipe. Talk to your people. They went to the Bawku National School and indeed they spoke to the Mampushi youth also. What was done in the Kuzasi areas, similar things were replicated in the Mampushi areas. And that's basically what they came to do, to talk to people to stop shooting each other and let bygone be bygone let's pave the way for peace to return to Bawku, for the government of the day, led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, seconded by His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, to bring the needed development that the people of Bawku are requesting for.
Okay. All right. Grateful to you, Honorable, for that you find time to join us here. Moving on to some other stories. Some residents of Asamang-Tamfoe have registered their displeasure with the police and the Ochiman Environmental Task Force for unleashing violent attacks that left many injured and led to the arrest of at least 16 persons. The task force, in a video that has gone viral, exchanged gunshot with residents during an anti-galamsey operation in the area. Addressing the media, the chairman, Asamang-Tamfoe Community Mining Committee, Nana Boache Dakwa, warns they will oppose moves by all unauthorized persons mining in the area.
Because you are trying to me. So what you mean for money is a man? Obviously, come on. Obviously, here. Yeah, and yes, I better tell them Okuma. I say, or say them Okuma. Tell me a problem you have to say. So no, Mamma, Okosia Mamma. Oh, you need not to go to Duma. Oh, why you fear one portrait? Who are so many? Who are police? You not going to be out. Why you fear? Who are people who teach it command? Everyone portrait. And yeah, Pani. Division commander or what service Asamang.
Sorry, we have to cut in this video because the press conference by the ECG at the ministries has begun. So let's take you live to the place to listen to the explanation from the Electricity Company of Ghana.
Yeah, problem kakra ni say Ashanti region na ye wo problem kakra o but ye gusu ye ho adwuma e wa rehye say by the time I be pon ene no na bibia wona akwa mu na obi atimi top power e da mo ase bebre.
So it is on few questions straight to the point.
My name is Kojo. I mean, does the ECG know exactly what the challenge is and to feed into the point that you suggest the situation would have been resolved? Do you know what exactly the challenge is?
Yes, we do know exactly what the challenge is, and clearly we've solved the problem. So we can clearly say that over 95% of our customers are back on. So we are still working on the challenges that we have, and as soon as we are done by close of day, everybody will be able to vend.
I mean, do you mind sharing what the challenge was?
The challenge was ICT related. The challenge was technology related, but we have the requisite people working for us. The requisite consultants are in place, the requisite staff, and I must use this opportunity to say a big thank you to the ECG ICT staff for the hard work and the sleepless nights they've put in to get us to where we are now.
Right, so, is it related to the?
The follow-up on the
I don't want us to go back and forth on the same issue.
Being specific about the challenge, was it a hack? Was your system hacked?
To be very honest, I cannot confirm or deny whether it was a hack. All I can say is that it's led to the necessary investigations for us to do the right thing and to make sure that the right things are established for the good people of Ghana.
MD, I'm sure national security is very much aware of your outfit has informed national security. Your outfit invited national security to investigate this because this is the first time that we are experiencing such a major issue as far as the operation of the ECG is concerned. One. And the second one has to do with the fact that you are a business entity, and once this thing happens, certainly you are going to lose an amount of money or revenues that you expect will not be forthcoming. In terms of revenue, how can you quantify what ECG has lost as far as this challenge, technical challenge, or whatever you describe this
Great question. So, have a listen.
Your first question had to do, ECG is a national security installation. So most of the time when we have such difficulties or we have such problems, they have to be informed immediately for them to also come in and also do the assessments and understand the difficulties. On the second part of your question as to how much, we would have to wait till this whole exercise is completed and then quantify. And I would not like to throw numbers around until we know exactly what we are dealing with.
Well, how many third parties is ECG engaging to vend its prepaid to the public in terms of the companies that you've contracted? Because so far I am hearing like 3, 4 here and there. How many do you deal with, and how come the ECG can't deal with a sole third party to embark on this exercise?
Okay, if I get your question, well, you're asking about who the third-party vendors for ECG are. There are a bunch of different people because, you know, we vend on different parts of the country. ECG's district system is different from the national district system. ECG has over 90 districts that it services within the southern sector of Ghana. For that, it decided to have different sets of people with a certain criteria that would plug into our system, and we give them the rights to sell power on our behalf. As you know, it's prepaid, so they come in, they prepay for the service that they are going to sell, and then they sell based on commission.
Yes, sir.
Right, so, boss, I would like to find out, in this particular systemic problem, there were those who did bypassing. What are you going to do to them? Are you going to conduct an independent audit on your various prepaid meters? That's question number 1. Now, question number 2. People or customers lost a lot of their produce, especially those who conducted businesses. People lost a lot of CDs. Are you going to reimburse them? Because the policy guideline from these very outlets indicates that when you have such a problem, to lodge a complaint. When they do, what is your position to get those things right? But final question has to do with the standard bits.
Let me take them one by one before I forget. Your first one is what had to do with
conducting independent
audit. You know, in as much as we do admit what has happened, we know it took place. This has been something that is quite sad because it has eroded some of the gains we made since we granted the moratorium. At the right time, we'll come out with the necessary steps, but I'll then treat everybody that the system is up and running now. So if you've done anything of such, please call the person who did it for you and return and reverse it. Because right after all of this, we will go back and embark on our illegal connection, campaign, and make sure that everybody does right by the company. Secondly, through my initial speech, I said, if you have a problem that was caused through this and all of that, there's a procedure, as you said. Let's visit PURC, let's lodge the complaint, and we'll take them on a case-by-case basis. And your third question is?
My third question is a certain member of parliament who is alluding the excess of 200 million cedis. Somewhere, some internal members within DCG might have engaged in that. How do you respond to that? And finally, do you feel sabotaged in this particular problem?
I would need some hard facts to be able to speak to what the honorable MP said. So because of that, I would rather not comment on what he wrote. I'm sure he knew what he was writing when he wrote it, so I'll leave that at that. Your second question was
whether you feel sabotaged.
Whether I feel sabotaged. I don't feel sabotaged. I don't feel sabotaged. I just feel we are working. There are challenges, and in every working environment, there are pushes and there are pulls. So you just have to work hard to make sure that the right systems are put in place so that you can move forward in the right direction. Thank you.
Those who lost power, would they be restored?
As in
those, there were complaints of those who were able to get access to power, loaded, and part of it, they lost part of it. For example, are you going to restore?
But as I said again, I said, come bring your receipts to the nearest customer service center, and we'll do a reconciliation and we'll fix the problem. As to the compensations, I said, it will be managed on a case-by-case basis because we cannot do it across board because every situation is peculiar to every individual. Thank you. But you've asked plenty of questions already.
I asked 2 questions. Look at what Ghana has done. Just a follow-up. You had made your fault. What point were you at?
So that's the MD of the Electricity Company of Ghana, Samuel Dubek Mahama. There earlier, he said that they've been able to resolve the challenges in most places and that people can go and buy power, with the exception of the Ashanti region where they still have some challenges that they are dealing with. And so that now you can go out there and get power. As to whether that is the case, that's what we brought you earlier. But we'll take a break now and bring you business after. Stay with us.
Hello, good morning. It's time for the business segment here on Joy News. Today with me, Beverly Broom. Now, the Ghana cedi lost almost 40% in value to the US dollar in the first 9 months, ranking it as the second worst performing currency in the world in the 147th position, according to Bloomberg. This decline in the local currency against the American currency is the worst in over 3 decades. Charles Nixon Yeboah brings you some perspectives.
This performance of the cedi also ranked it as the worst among 23 top-performing currencies on the African continent. In the last 3 months, the local currency lost almost 21% in value to the world's most important currency. The situation was worse in the month of August. The cedi's woes this year has been complicated by the poor fiscal state of the economy, causing a downgrade of the country's credit rating by all the 3 top rating agencies in the world. This, as a result, led to liquidation of some investment of Government of Ghana bonds by investors, further worsening the situation. It has also caused high inflation in the country. However, the expected $1.3 billion cocoa syndication loan, of which the first tranche of inflows may come this month, will help slow down the rate of depreciation of the cedi significantly in the short term. Again, the expected economic program that the government is seeking from the International Monetary Fund may halt the rapid fall of the local currency in the medium term. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka rupee is the worst performing currency in the world at the 148th position.
We have more on this development on Marketplace at 1 p.m. But for more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Beverly Broom. Up next is sports.
Now to showbiz, and the 7th Emmy Awards powered by the Joy Entertainment came off last Saturday and saw huge success. Sensational singer Zahara opened the show with a stunning performance, followed by Akwabwa and Kwabena. Kofi Kinata won Man of the Year for music, while businessman Ibrahim Mahama was crowned overall Man of the Year. Report by IB.
It was all glitz and glamour at the 7th edition of the EMY Africa Awards at the Grand Arena on the eve of the 1st of October. Patrons who turned up for the show regardless of the rains told the red carpet host Rosalind and IB what they were expecting getting into the auditorium.
Tonight, in its 7th edition, I expect nothing but the best.
Expectation is another spectacular night.
The Emmy Awards have been improving on a yearly basis.
You know, the award will be won by someone who is young and upcoming because the country needs, new blood.
South African songstress Zahara did a splendid opening of the show. Evie Grace put up a breathtaking performance. Akwabwa, with a soothed voice, captivated the patrons and even so got everyone excited when he got Sina Soul to join him on stage. Kwabena got the whole auditorium on their feet to dance. 29 awards were done to those who were deserving, with the Lifetime Achievement going to esports broadcaster Joe Latte.
And I would like all of us to give the proper respects to this fine gentleman who sure has done a great deal and has inspired generations upon generations.
Michael E. KMJ spoke to some patrons and award winners.
It really means so much. I mean, every now and then, I don't take these opportunities lightly. For me, it means that somebody out there is watching.
Congratulations to you for winning this and moving forward.
Now, the biggest kids cookery TV reality show on Joy Prime, Big Chef, is getting more exciting each week as the contestants pull up surprises. Last week was an eviction-free week and contestants were tasked to prepare any type of sandwich. Here's what you missed.
It's always fun-packed weekend on Joy Prime as we give you the best of entertainment with the biggest cookery reality TV show, Big Chef. Now, last week on Big Chef, contestants were challenged to prepare any type of sandwich of their choice.
It looks like creative.
That's the angle I'm looking at it for.
But me, I don't like your presentation.
I have burger, pineapple burger. Please wait, I have a song for it.
You have a song for the food.
It goes, my burger is juicy.
The judges were overwhelmed by the creativity displayed. Guest judge Kojo Darlington offered sponsorship for great taste of the latest sandwich recipe.
This is something you can use as a business. I will sponsor you, make no worry.
At this point, it was clear that the L'Oreal Chocolate Burger was bound to win the best meal of the day. For the second time in the competition, Laura won the best chef of the day. Here is a tip for you.
In every competition, if you want to wow the judges, just think outside the box.
The search for the biggest kiddie chef continues.
And that's showbiz for you, and that's how we wrap up today's bulletin. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. My name is Samuel Kojo. Brace up next is Marketplace. Good afternoon.